LA Knight must have kicked Triple H's dog or something, because there is no reason why he shouldn't have won Money in the Bank. Seth doesn't need it. I agree. And let me know your wrestling hot takes down in the comments below. It can be current day or it can be in history, and you'll have a chance of being in the next episode. What does LA Knight need to do to be in the main event? LA Knight is one of the most over superstars on the entire roster, Raw or SmackDown. He's got one of the most over catchphrases. He's a top merch seller. He's got the main event caliber. I don't know what they need to see. And lest we forget, this is his third time now in Money in the Bank. Third time was not the charm. And yet, even after 3 years of not winning Money in the Bank, he's still incredibly popular. I'm baffled by the decision not to go ahead and crown him in his hometown. Like, the story was right there. LA wins big in LA. Come on. Both ladder matches felt too safe. I don't know if I could agree with that. I mean, we were just talking about LA Knight a second ago. The back suplex he hit to a Grande Americano off the top of the ladder between the other two ladders that were bridged.
Oh, no, not from up there!
I don't know if I'd go ahead and say that was too safe, personally. Not to mention, there was all the other chaos of the Money in the Bank ladder match going on. I don't think it was too safe. I'm gonna need to see Lola Vice hit that devil's kiss on a weekly basis from now on.
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
I think Mr. Iguana versus Santino Marella would be the perfect battle of hand puppets. You know what? Get Mick Foley and Mr. Socko in there and I'm absolutely seated. Solo Sikoa was the MVP of the men's Money in the Bank. His expressions are the best part of his character. I so agree. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about all the hilarious Solo Sikoa moments we've had in the last few days. Going back to it, the thing he did on SmackDown, and that's the thing with Jacob. He's all gas, no brains.
All gas and no brains.
And then, not to mention, in the Money in the Bank ladder match, he was doing the... Wholeheartedly agree with him being the most entertaining and the MVP potentially of the Money in the Bank ladder match, although I think the entire match really delivered. It won't be long until the title belts have sponsors. Yeah, this was definitely one of the problems of Money in the Bank, and also one of the problems of just WWE nowadays in general. Again, I said this a couple days ago, I understand this is a business, but at what point is it too much? At what point is it too far to have this many sponsors all over wrestling? We're sponsoring ladders now. You've got the Prime Station at ringside. You've got sponsors on the ring sometimes. You've got sponsors on ringside, on the Trons. And then, not to mention, you build that into superstars doing brand deals themselves as well. Like, you've got LA Knight with Slim Jim. He had a Slim Jim entrance as well. I genuinely think you're right. Like, eventually title belts are gonna have little sponsors on the side. Hate how Triple H, with a stupid smirk on his face, was trying to portray that bringing R-Truth back was, quote, part of the show. Like he worked us fans, when in reality, the fans' outcry brought him back. Trying to take credit for a fumble they made and acting like they outsmarted us is childish. His son said, quote, "That's Cap" on his Instagram, and said they renegotiated a new deal. Edit, he himself just stated it was not a work. Yeah, that was an absolute stinker from you, Triple H, I gotta be honest. In that press conference, nothing really would have been any worse if he would have just said, "Listen, we made a mistake, and Truth, he's like family to us."
I love the question. You enjoying the show? All part of the show, man.
Sorry about that, I got a delivery mid-video. I want the funniest answers to what you think that package is right there, go. It's just frustrating to see the way Triple H dealt with that situation, because he just didn't have to sit there and lie like that. And better yet, you didn't have to have Michael Cole on commentary waffling on saying this and that and trying to repaint the picture, chanting, "We want truth, we want truth." What was that?
R-Truth! R-Truth! Truth is back! Truth is back! We want truth! We want truth!
And listen, I'm a Triple H guy. I still think the majority of his booking is fantastic. I'm just saying, let's cut out the BS here. Let's not go down that path, because you don't need to go down that path. This version of Naomi has been the only version of Naomi that has been close to tolerable on TV. What? Are we really about to sit here and pretend like 2017 Naomi wasn't doing good things? And I'll be honest, even when she was in Team Bad, I still think that was pretty good as well with Sasha and Tamina. Now, granted, I will give you a point if you're trying to say that that this is the best version of Naomi because I think this character and this entire arc has really done numbers for her, and she absolutely deserves Money in the Bank. We love Naomi on this channel, but I don't think I can go ahead and agree with you in saying this is the only tolerable version, because I think the other ones are actually very sincere to her, and I think the whole Feel the Glow movement that she had was really working. The only problem with that is that it, one, went on for too long, and two, they just weren't really booking her like she should have been booked, and now they are, so I'm happy she's getting more opportunities. We need to see the TNA Ron Killings. After years of being the he can take a loss poster boy, I'd like to see R-Truth reborn back into his before WWE character. In all honesty, I kind of think that might be where they're going with this, and the reason I say that is because the version that we saw attack John Cena when he came back at Money in the Bank was very serious. I feel like the story would almost be here with John Cena, that he's like, okay, you saw me as a joke, you're treating me as a joke, everybody just thinks, oh, he's John Cena's #1 fan, he's R-Truth, he's funny, but no, this is Ron Killings, bitch. I really think we're about to see a more serious side of R-Truth.
Top rope. Oh, yeah. Here he goes. 1, 2, it's over. Champion.
I also think if they're going to go ahead and run back R-Truth and John Cena coming up, then I wouldn't mind seeing this one have a bit of a stipulation to it, like a no holds barred or like a Falls Count Anywhere, something like that to really spice it up. But I do definitely think they're going to lean more into TNA Ron Killings purely because they've gone ahead and allowed him to use his real name. So clearly there's going to be some kind of change in his character there, and hopefully he's on Raw maybe tonight or next week to explain more. Alexa Bliss needs to bring back her Mean Girl gimmick and 2018 theme song. I wholeheartedly agree with that. 2018 Alexa Bliss was such a great character. Her mic skills were absolutely flawless. Her in-ring ability was great. And overall, she was one of the best parts of a very down era for WWE. And listen, there's plenty of ways where you could go ahead and get her back to being the Mean Girl while also still paying tribute to Bray Wyatt, to the Wyatt Six, and still having a little bit of a hint of element in her character, maybe in her viciousness, but then also she's still the Mean Girl. She's still the kind of Mean Girl that remembers all of this, but now she's back to normal. But thankfully, recently she has kind of been dipping back into more of that 2018 Alexa Bliss, especially on the mic. Like her interactions with Tiffany Stratton really felt like the Alexa Bliss of old, and so I hope that her booking continues to build on that.
I wouldn't be too worried about her winning Money in the Bank. I would be worried about me.
Triple Nose pissed me off claiming it was a work. Like, you know you fucked up. Own it. This is the same guy in Triple H, by the way, who has gone ahead and greenlit this WWE Unseen series or whatever it's called, where they're all like, oh, we're actively going to make things more transparent, we're going to make things more honest, we're going to go ahead and bring you behind the scenes, you know, into the gorilla position and everything else. And you couldn't have just gone ahead and admitted the truth right there, no pun intended. You couldn't have just gone ahead and said, yeah, we messed up. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable might be one of the greatest matches of all time, and I thought the backwards sit out powerbomb was a pile driver at first. Yeah, that match was absolutely tremendous, man. Solo is starting to overshadow Jacob as a character. He's so entertaining and doesn't need to look badass to get over. You see, I'm gonna go ahead and partially disagree right there. You already know I love Solo. Again, he's back, he's in my good books. But let's not go ahead and start saying he's overshadowing Jacob. Why not go ahead and shine an equal light on both of them? Because I think they're both absolutely tremendous right now, and when they decide to do that match, it's gonna be a banger. Because I would assume that the plan here is to do Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu at SummerSlam. But also coming up, you've got Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, you've got Saturday Night's main event just before Evolution, so you've got some avenues here to extend this story. They very well could do one of two things with Solo and Jacob. Either you go ahead and say, okay, Solo's written out for a little bit and now Jacob has to fight the rest of them. He has to fight JC Mateo and maybe Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, wherever they may be right now. I don't know if they're injured or not, but wherever they may be, maybe they come back and be a part of this story. And maybe that's the filler before you do the Solo match at SummerSlam. Maybe you have Jacob fight and defend his United States Championship. You've also got to remember Damian Priest is still floating around saying, I'm coming after you, Jacob. Maybe you go ahead and have Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu face off in the King of the Ring tournament at some point. Maybe it comes down to them in the semifinals, the quarterfinals, however you want to do it. There are plenty of ways to go ahead and prolong this story without just doing it straight away at Saturday Night's main event. And for a quick second, let's go ahead ahead and talk about Jacob Fatu, the year that he has had. I think we're coming up on about a year since he came to WWE, give or take. And what a year he has had to go ahead and get over this much this quickly. Like, people love him. They love his catchphrases. They love that he's a United States champion. He won at WrestleMania. Like, this man is over. And I'm just very excited to see where his career unfolds heading into Mania next year and the year after that. Like, what is the plan for him going forward heading into the world title scene? Hot take, WWE must start building future megastars as soon as possible before it is too late. Love your work, bro. Keep growing. Thank you. I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree. I mean, they should always be building talent, right? But at the same time, I think they're doing a really good job at building talent. WWE LFG, those guys coming up, there's a solid few future stars in there. You look at Jasper Troy, who is now facing Obafemi on NXT for the title. You look at Tyra May Steele, who is a few tweaks away from being a megastar herself. And you already know that Xena Sterling is a bloody star. Not to mention Shiloh Hill, Panina Tualepa. You've got a whole bunch of future megastars down in NXT. You've got Ricky Saints. You've got Jordan Grace. You've got Stephanie Vaquer, who just came to main roster. You've got Ethan Page. You've got Javon Evans. There are so many future megastars in this company. I don't even know what they're gonna do with them all.